The bike is ready. Famous television man. Such a good-looking bike.
The beautiful Sydney Harbour Bridge.
G'day.
The ST here, getting wrapped.
There it is in all its glory.
All aboard!
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, here it is. At home, in the man cave, custom built, absolutely complete, bar 2 items that I'm waiting on, 3 items that I'm waiting on. But I just wanted to share with you my first thoughts now that the beast is back home in the man cave. The 2022 Road Glide ST, very, very exciting. You know, after having the 2021 CVO, that was such a beautiful bike. It was my foray into road glides. I had a number of street glides previously, but now I'm onto the road glides. I love these things, they're amazing bikes. So we've got this home, fully custom built. You guys have seen the series. If you haven't, please go back and check it out. I've got a build series which starts with the unboxing to running over the parts to checking out how the build's going, and then of course the pickup of the bike the other day, or it was actually, you know, probably about a week and a half ago as I filmed this. From the build, from the pickup, the bike was picked up and then went down to Ollie down at Roadblock. Ollie again performed his magic on this motorcycle as he did with the CVO, and did an amazing wrap job on it. Very, very impressed. As always, his work is unbelievable. So the bike is now completely wrapped and protected from stone chips, bugs, all of that sort of stuff. And as I was saying, black's a very hard colour to keep, or to keep looking perfect. So now that it's wrapped, it's going to be safe and secure, which I'm very happy about. I guess let's talk about, firstly, we've run over the parts in general, you know, as you guys saw, but maybe what I thought we could do is talk about my first thoughts, my first initial thoughts. You heard me on the last video when I took the bike for a very quick ride down to Newport Beach. I was talking about how light the Road Glide ST is. You know, from what I understand, the actual weights are pretty similar. They're all about the same. I don't know what it is, the ergonomics, you know. A couple of you guys mentioned the front wheel. Obviously it's a smaller front wheel, being a 19-inch front wheel as opposed to a 21-inch front wheel. I think there's going to be some weight in that. There's going to be some dynamic change obviously in the steering. Yep, that is true. So maybe that's what it is, because I think the bike itself is the bike. I don't know that there's much other weight difference, especially when I've added the audio and the amps and everything else. These are all weight gaining items, so you know, that's the only thing I can really put it down to. But it definitely is a different bike to ride, that's for sure. You definitely sit, or I feel like I sit in a new posture as well with the saddlement seats. I've never had a saddlement seat before. We've now got 2 of them. I've got, you know, this beauty that's sitting on the bike now, which to me I absolutely love. I'm in love with that seat. It just breaks the black up. Obviously I'm running the bike in, you know, engine-wise, it's being run in.
Acceleration, heading towards the checkered flag. And it'll be our first finisher. Takes victory here at Road America.
I've only done about 150 kilometres on the bike as I record this now. So I've got to build up some Ks because the first service is actually booked in already. I booked that in for 1 week from Monday. So I've got about 1,600 kilometres to do, 1,000 miles in the next week. So it's going to be a push, but I'm going to get it done. I plan to head out to the Dubbo Bike Show this coming Saturday. which is the 7th of May. So if you happen to head out there, come and say g'day. I'm going to be out there at the Dubbo Bike Show. I want to check that out. I've never been before, and it'll give me a chance to put some kilometres on the motorcycle as well. It's around about 400 kilometres from where I live to Dubbo, 400, 450, so that's going to put it between 800 and 900 kilometres towards that 1600 kilometres I've got to do, and I've got to try and build that up. So I'm going to be on it today. We do have some sunshine today, amazingly.
Well, this is my first highway run on the ST Beast. Wow. But I love this thing's speechless. Beautiful, just beautiful. That 131 power when you're in 6th gear and cruising along at about 100, 110 kilometers an hour, and you just turn that throttle. Amazing response. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Due to inflation, the price rises very quickly. So very, very impressive. I also had the handlebars adjusted. They were sitting a little bit too low. So the boys down at Fraser's Northern Beaches Harley-Davidson Ball adjusted the handlebars for me, just sort of turned them up a little bit, you know, pushed them back up. So now I actually feel like I've got a good size of 12 or 14-inch 8s that I'm using, you know, and the posture is just so much, the riding position for me is so much better. Very relaxed, a lot more in control, feels better in the bends. I just cruise along on the highway, just magic.
First service and the dyno, the very important dyno done, the dyno work done to the bike. Very, very important process to the final stage of the tune for the 131 build. You heard me touch on it in the last video. I was talking about the livability of the 131, and it is absolutely a consumer motor. You heard me say that, you know, from first glance. Understand I haven't opened it up completely yet, but just driving around in traffic and going here and there and just around town, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You know, you can definitely feel that throttle power is there very quickly. One of the other things that I added was actually, I did this yesterday, which was actually an unbelievable task. It was actually not the easiest job, was removing the reflector out of the saddlebag. Custom Cycle Works. I'll correct it and put it on the screen, so check it out on the screen. The link will be in the description below where you can actually buy these pieces. But they make the inserts that go into these saddlebags from, I think it's 2014 models and up, to get rid of that ugly reflector. You know, I've put the American flag in that one. It's a greyed out American flag, and I just think it looks absolutely, I'm so happy with the way that came out. It was a bit of a big job to do it, but anyway, it was okay. We got it done, and it looks amazing. Doesn't that look better than the standard reflector? God, anything looks better than those reflectors, doesn't it? Let me get back to the lights. I want to show you guys how the front of this bike and the back lights up. Let's check it out. Pops back onto a red running light when that indicator kicks off. But look at the paint work. If you look at the join, there's no joins. See how he wraps? See how he does this? He's just a magician, absolute magician. You can see a very light join there. All this tail, all of this is done. That's all wrapped, all of this is wrapped. The tank, entire tank is wrapped. Amazing. Just amazing. So they do them in chrome or in black. These guys do some amazing products. They also did these highway peg mount things. You know, check them out. Highway peg mounts, they're called. It's not the pegs. The peg doesn't come with it. That's completely different. You buy the peg separately. Okay, so again, that's the chrome. That's the black, which is what I have. And what I love is this is how they actually do look on the bike. Because every time someone sees them, it's one of the first things that people comment on is the pegs. People love these pegs. So as you can see, they actually sit out from underneath the floorboard. So you can see in here, so what you're changing is you're actually changing the mount that goes in and connects to the bike. And then if I come under here, that might give you a better angle. And then that allows you to then put whatever peg that you want to put on. These have been designed by 03D to accommodate any peg that you like, whether it be Harley-Davidson, whether it be a Kiriakin peg, whatever brand that you're after, whatever peg you choose will go and fit into that quite nicely. And they're just functional. Especially with the new tourers that have got the mustache engine guard. You know, they're a lot lower. The big ones used to come out here and all that, and you could mount your highway pegs up there. These are a little bit more difficult, but not only that, I just found this keeps it separate. To me, they're a bit sturdier like this. It makes sense. Your foot's sitting here. I can rest my heel on here and my foot on here if I just want to, you know, be around town. I don't want to put my feet right up. And then obviously when I'm on the highway, I can put my whole foot up against here. So I can sort of use them in two ways. You know, one is a heel and toe rest, and the other is for the whole foot. A few comments on the Saddleman seat, which have been quite positive. Thank you guys. I appreciate all the comments that have been coming forward as well. You know, you guys and the support for the channel, amazing. You know, you guys have been quite, you know, happy with the build, I think. You know, the feedback that you guys have been talking about in your comments, I take a lot of that stuff on board, and I really appreciate the time you take to write to me and, you know, let me know your thoughts. I really do appreciate that. This channel is a community. That's what it's about. It's nice for us all to connect and go back and forward with various suggestions and things like that. So really appreciate it. Thank you so much for doing that. But the seat itself, like I said, breaks the bike up with the black. Absolutely love it. Over here, actually look what I did here with the heavy breather while I'm down here. How good is that? I didn't want to argue with that. That's the king of badges. Now what about a name for the bike? You know, I've been tossing up. I don't normally name bikes because I just don't keep them long enough, but I just thought this one deserves a name. And I've been trying to come up with a good name for the bike. You know, being stealth, being the beast that it is. I've just been trying to find the right name. There was one name I'm going to share with you, and I'm very close to calling this as the name. But I just wanted some feedback on what you guys thought. And the name that I came up with was Brutus. Because it's just a bit like a wild dog. Or a wild pig or something like that. I don't know. I just like the name Brutus. It's like a brute, you know. I really don't know. But I'd love to hear your comments on what you think. If you guys have got any ideas for names, that would be really, really helpful. There might be some great suggestions in there. So, you know, or not. We just call it the Beast. And that's the end of it. I just thought maybe we'll give it a name. Why not? That way we can refer to, you know, when we're on tour, we can talk about this one as though it's a person on tour with me. I thought that might be a bit of fun. Why not? We're going to go on tour too. We've got a tour coming up, so I'm going to talk to you about that.